What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So I'm going to continue to expose the fake boxing fans in the sport of boxing who are fans of a specific fighter and or just have disdain for another fighter. These are not fans of the sport of boxing. This is why I continue to bang this drum on y'all about all of these excuses y'all are making. Undefeated 3-division world champion, 5-time world champion, superstar boxer, who is widely acknowledged as one of the faces, if not the face of the sport of boxing, in GERVONTA Tank Davis, superstar boxer, who has 29 wins, no losses, no draws, 27 big wins by way of knockout. He is 29 years of age, 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. GERVONTA Tank Davis is explosive. He has an extremely high ring IQ. He has athletic ability, fast hands, fast feet, southpaw that's slick when he wants to be, and extremely durable. The only issue GERVONTA Tank Davis has that works against him is his height. That is it. That is all. But y'all continue to make excuses after excuses because you lack confidence. I've heard it all. Let me tell you what happened. That July 29th, Las Vegas, Nevada, T-Mobile Arena, mega undefeated, undisputed welterweight showdown between now former unified 3-belt WBA, WBC, IBF welterweight world champion superstar boxer, who is top 5 pound for pound best fighters in the world, and Errol "The Truth" Spence Jr. Errol "The Truth" Spence Jr. is now 28 wins, 1 loss, no draw. 22 big wins by way of knockout. He is 33 years of age, 5'9.5" with a 72-inch arm reach. Errol Spence took on the biggest challenge, the biggest fight of his career. A fight that the fans were absolutely calling for, clamoring for, screaming for, right? To face off against now undefeated 3-division world champion, 2-division undisputed world champion, the reigning unified welterweight world champion, who is widely acknowledged and recognized as the #1 pound for pound best fighter in the world, in Terrence "Bud" Crawford. Terrence Crawford is now 40 wins, no loss, no draw, 31 big wins by way of knockout, 36 years of age, 5'8" with a 74-inch arm reach. That fight, the world, the majority of boxing fans, because you have more casual boxing fans than hardcore boxing fans, and they thought for so long this fight between Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence was built up as one of the biggest fights in boxing, the biggest fight in the last decade. It was a 50-50 fight on paper, and the mass majority, Errol Spence's popularity, he's a more popular fighter, he's a more recognizable fighter, and he has a bigger fan base than Terrence Crawford. And the narrative was that Terrence Crawford was ducking him, that Terrence Crawford was too small, that Terrence Crawford was going to get ran over and stopped, he was going to get walked down and destroyed. That was the narrative. Terrence Crawford is scared, Terrence Crawford is ducking, Terrence Crawford don't want to fight, he knows what's going to happen. And it turned out to be a one-sided dominating performance, just not what the mass majority of people thought it was going to be, right? It turned out to be not competitive. It turned out that Terrence Crawford was a superior fighter. Terrence Crawford dropped him in the second round, twice in the 7th round, then stopped him in the 9th round, battered him in all the other rounds. Clear dominant performance by Terrence Crawford. And that shook up the boxing world to the core, right? And now, after that performance, because again, the mass majority of people, the popularity was sided with Errol Spence, not the hardcore boxing fans. And that shook up the world. And now, because of that, because of the narrative created, a narrative was created against undefeated 2-division world champion, now undisputed former lightweight world champion, but the reigning WBC junior welterweight world champion, superstar boxer, who is top 10 pound for pound best fighters in the world, in Devin "The Dream" Haney, who is 31 wins, no loss, no draw, 15 wins by way of knockout, 25 years of age, 5'9" with a 72-inch arm reach. The narrative forever was that GERVONTA Tank Davis would knock out the chinny, non-punching, non-selling Devin Haney. Devin Haney gets hit. He don't have defense. Devin Haney is according to Tank Davis himself, he's a middleweight that can't punch himself out of a wet paper bag. Y'all ran with that narrative. Devin Haney got clipped by Jorge Linares in the fight. He won every single round. He won every second of every minute of every round. In the 10th round, he got clipped in a 5-punch combination, 4 to 5 punch combination. He got clipped by Jorge Linares. He got hurt. He had noodle legs. He didn't go down. The bell rang. He got saved by the bell, is what people said. They labeled him Chinny. Right? And if Jorge Linares can rock him, then imagine what Gervonta Tank Davis can do. This has been a narrative that has been created. Then another narrative that has been created is Devin Haney don't sell. He's not a draw. People don't want to watch him. Well, then he goes to San Francisco, his hometown, where his mother is from. His father is from father trainer manager Bill Haney, CEO of DHP. Devin Haney Promotions is from Oakland, the Bay Area. Devin Haney goes back. He sells out the arena. Now you have people talking about he didn't sell out the arena. The arena holds 19,000 people and it was only 16,000. A sellout is how many tickets they make available to the public and all the tickets being sold. Not how many seats is actually in the arena. A sellout is how many tickets they want to be available. You have to take into consideration vision, spacing. You have to take in media. There's many things that people don't comp tickets that has to come. People don't take that in consideration because they don't know what they're talking about. Right? So Devin Haney sells out the arena, does well with pay-per-views, and fights another southpaw. Now, again, the narrative was he can't fight southpaws. He struggled with southpaws. He can't beat southpaws. Then he fights another southpaw, back-to-back southpaws. First, a Hall of Famer and 2-time Olympic gold medalist, 3-division world champion, former unified lightweight world champion, former top 2 pound-for-pound best fighters in the world, that according to ESPN, top 5, in Vasil High-Tech Lomachenko. He beats him. Well, they said, well, it's controversy. He really didn't win. He really lost against Lomachenko because you wanted him to lose against Lomachenko. Then he fights another southpaw and 2-time WBC junior welterweight world champion superstar boxer, Regis Ruguru Prograis, who only had 1 loss. 29 wins, 1 loss, no draw, 24 wins by way of knockout. Everybody said that he won't even fight Regis Prograis. He's rough, he's rugged, he's durable, he's a southpaw, and he got power. He fights him and beats him, wins every single round, drops him. Uh-oh, the label of no power gets removed. Drops Regis Prograis. Uh-oh, hurts and staggers Regis Prograis a few times in the fight. Wins every single round. Takes a punch from Regis Prograis. And doesn't get staggered, doesn't get wobbled. His defense, he takes only 38 punches, but the punches he did take, he ate them. And then he made Regis Prograis miss for the rest of the fight. So his defense was on par. He showed you could take a punch. He showed he can punch. And he showed he's a draw. Bigger draw than anybody Gervonta Tank Davis ever fought. Right? Proven. Draw. Because they'll say Ryan Garcia was a bigger draw. Well, Ryan Garcia has a bigger social media following, but it don't translate into the sport of boxing. And the proof is Ryan Garcia's never done a pay-per-view before Gervonta Tank Davis, and he never did a pay-per-view after Gervonta Tank Davis fight. So the anomaly here is Gervonta Tank Davis. He didn't fight Oscar Duarte on pay-per-view. He didn't fight anybody else on pay-per-view before Tank Davis. Tank Davis was already a proven superstar before he fought Ryan Garcia. You brought the two together, and the intrigue and the interest, when you brought the two together, of course, it made it a bigger event and a bigger fight because Gervonta Tank Davis was fighting another quote-unquote superstar. But Gervonta Tank Davis, non-fighting quote-unquote superstars, still does record-breaking numbers at Gates and still does big pay-per-view numbers without Ryan Garcia. But you combine Ryan Garcia, the guys he fought wasn't superstars. They weren't recognizable. They wasn't high-profile fighters. So, of course, you bring Ryan into the fold, then it makes it even bigger. But the common denominator here is Gervonta Tank Davis. So we know he's a superstar. There's no doubt about that. So Devin Haney has done pay-per-views without Gervonta Tank Davis, which means he's a bigger draw. He sold out the arena without Gervonta Tank Davis. Ryan Garcia did not sell out the crypto arena, formerly known as Staples Center. And that's where he's from. He didn't sell out the arena. And his ticket prices were cheaper than Devin Haney's ticket price that Tank so elegantly highlighted and said that Devin Haney sold out the arena because the ticket price was only $57. Well, you look at Ryan Garcia's ticket prices, they were significantly less than Devin Haney's ticket prices. And he still didn't sell out the arena. So, therefore, you see, it lets you know that Devin Haney is a bigger draw than Ryan Garcia, or at the very least, the same. So you bring Devin Haney in the fold with Gervonta Tank Davis, and guess what it does? Big numbers. That's right. So now, Devin Haney and Gervonta Tank Davis was at 135 together for 4 years. Gervonta Tank Davis is the A side. According to his team, they say you can't send Gervonta Tank Davis an offer. He has to send you an offer. Well, he never sent Devin Haney an offer. Now Devin Haney has the same amount of fights at 140 as Gervonta Tank Davis has at 140, and now suddenly he's too big for Gervonta Tank Davis. They both have the same amount of fights at 140 right now. Now, I'm hearing the narrative that you have people now saying Gervonta Tank Davis is naturally a 130-pounder fighting at 135. Debunked. Why? So these are the lies and the false narratives that are created in the sport of boxing because you don't want to see the best fight the best. I want to see the best fight the best. I want to see Gervonta Tank Davis and Devin Haney. They are the two best fighters, and this is the biggest fight in boxing. I want to see the best fight the best. I'm not playing detective protector. I want to see Devin Haney fight Gervonta Tank Davis, and I want to see Gervonta Tank Davis fight Devin Haney. Right? Now, they're saying that Gervonta Tank Davis is a 130-pounder fighting at 135. Oh, I'm sorry. Because, see, Gervonta Tank Davis himself stated that he was going to go back down when he had a spat with Shakur Stevenson. He was going to go back down and fight Shakur Stevenson at 130. But then he backtracked and said, I can't make 130 anymore. Dun, 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 dun. So he backtracked and said, no, I can't fight Shakur Stevenson because I can't make 130 no more. So how is he a 130-pounder fighting at 135? When he said he couldn't make 130 to fight Shakur Stevenson. Make it make sense. Now, they'll tell you that, well, and I already did a breakdown of this quote-unquote weight that Devin Haney don't weigh in at 140. It's utterly ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. Is he a bigger guy than Gervonta Tank Davis? Yes. Just like everybody else Gervonta Tank Davis fight is bigger than him. But Devin Haney can't punch himself out of a wet paper bag. He don't have a chin. And Gervonta Tank Davis knocks out heavyweights with headgear on and 16-ounce gloves. Now Gervonta Tank Davis comes out and responds to two-time welterweight world champion, superstar boxer, retired future Hall of Famer, Showtime Sean Porter, stating that Gervonta Tank Davis won't fight Devin Haney unless it's a catchweight. He's definitely not going to fight him at 140 because he's not in the plans. Gervonta Tank Davis responds and says, I fought you in sparring and I beat you up in sparring and you was over 147 pounds. And I beat you up in sparring. So what makes you think that I won't fight Devin Haney essentially at 140? Make it make sense. With a guy that only has a nose. Which didn't even make sense. A guy that only has a nose. So he's saying that, what makes you think I won't fight Devin Haney at 140? When he has nothing for me. So that means he can make 140. So y'all are making Gervonta Tank Davis look bad with all of these excuses. All these rhymes and reasons why he shouldn't fight him. Because y'all are no longer confident that you're going to see Gervonta Tank Davis win that fight after what you saw against Regis Prograis for Devin Haney. He has spooked you. And the Errol Spence-Terrence Crawford fight has spooked you. And now it is being revealed, all the fake boxing fans in the sport of boxing. Boxing has the worst fans in all the sports. They'll come up with so many different narratives that they just create on their own. It's not even funny. Then Sean Porter doubles back and says, truth be told, neither one of y'all really want to fight. Well, Sean Porter, you know that's not true. Because Devin Haney has now the backing of His Excellency, okay, Turkish who's willing to back the fight. And Devin Haney has stated on numerous occasions, let's make the fight. They never sent him an offer. And if Sean Porter says, you're not part of the plan, and they're not going to fight you, then how is it Devin Haney don't want to fight him? We got to stop with the false narratives. This is the problem in the sport of boxing, and it's sinking the sport. Y'all don't want to see the best fight the best because you're afraid for your favorite fighter to lose. And now all the narrative that you have created for so long, you're going to have to eat all of that you stated. You're afraid that you're going to have to eat all of that. Point blank and period. Now Tank Davis is not a 135-pounder. He's a 130-pounder fighting at 135. It's a shame, man. It's disgusting. It's a shame. And it's embarrassing to the sport of boxing. Gervonta Tank Davis is not even saying none of this. But all his detractors, all of the people that want to play defense in favor of Gervonta Tank Davis, they are making him look extremely bad. This dude is nice. He could box, he could punch, he got it all. And y'all making him excuses. Why? Because you got disdain for Devin Haney. You have disdain for fighters that aren't your favorite fighters. It's disgusting and it's embarrassing. Period. It's embarrassing to the sport of boxing. And that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. That's all I got for y'all. I'm gone. Peace.